trustee sale that is supposed to be held in 2 weeks. And I informed them that the deed of trust that they're using in file is, I don't know, for a better word, fraudulent, or because I was out of the country on the dates, and I have the border patrol records to show that, and they completely ignored it. So,
but the filing and the notice deprives me of jurisdiction, so I just can't do anything. Okay. I'm not suggesting that your claims don't have merit, but you'll need to go to federal court.
Okay.
The only time that I'd be able to act is if the federal court remands the case back to state court, which they may choose to do.
Okay.
But you're going to need to take action in federal court.
Ma'am, I understand you have indicated that you're going to be filing a motion to remand this case.
Yes.
And what's the basis for that? I heard you tell the court now that you didn't really have a federal claim in there.
No, I put down a federal issue, and I specifically did not put it as what they call cause of action. That was my understanding is what your complaint in your case is.
Right, and then they removed based
they
upon...
removed it specific to that, which is not even, it's just like this little tiny thing that's not an issue of a wrongful deed of trust and filing papers and trying to take my house.
I think they're hoping that the judiciary in federal court will be more sympathetic to them, and I mean, again, I feel their notice of removal is totally frivolous. You know, the FDCPA is not a cause of action. These are state RCW, these are not U.S. code, these are statute issues. I feel that it's a very cheap and honestly cowardly tactic, because if they can't win on the merits, it's really all they have left to do. My mother will file a timely motion for injunction in federal court,
Or remand.
Or remand.
As you will soon see, I met Marilynn Shcolnik and her son Nathan a year ago at the Matt Taibbi Town Hall event. But before that, I've always fought for the rights of the frail, elderly, or handicapped individuals, sometimes winning, sometimes losing. Now, in this particular case, on this particular issue, I see the defendant SPS losing their shirts on this attempted removal to federal court, because I looked on PACER and I did not see any mutual assent from all the defendants. As Ms. Shcolnik and her son said in their motion that they're going to be filing for remand. But more than that, I don't see where Ms. Shcolnik listed the FDCPA as an actual cause of action on her complaint in the first place. Now, I think the whole thing was just orchestrated to give her a hard time, hoping she'll trip up somewhere in federal court or miss her injunctive hearing. And then even if she doesn't do that, if the case comes back down on remand, back to Sonomish County, it will probably not be in front of Judge Bowden, who has issued at least one monumental order in favor of homeowners in a case that I shot last year, okay? Bradburn versus Recon Trust with Staffney Law Offices there. And he won that case and got the wrongful sale, got the sale set aside, okay? Now, as to the merits of this case, Ms. Shcolnik showed me the Border Patrol information that she claims proves she was out of the country when her alleged note was signed. So if that's true, I don't know. She may have signed a note somewhere at some time, but she apparently didn't sign this note at any time. So if that's true, then they have no standing or real party in interest status to take her home. Case closed. But let's see how this pans out.
These people I never met. I actually, one time, Bank of America sent me this. That's how I started finding out about these people, Rose Kane and Keith Thompson.
And who are they?
Well, this is really interesting. He supposedly had an escrow agency. He's an attorney. All those companies are closed down. He's now a guardian ad litem at King County.
Even if they took that, they've got the other state claims that have to come back down because
and the
you've
reason
got an emergency TRO.
And the reason I did that is because when I was looking at cases, and I was always trying to look not at the homeowner's side, because I wanted to look at what are they arguing, because that's what I'm going to be up against. And then I saw a case from a pro se, and it was remanded back from the U.S. court. So, oh, well, I want to look at that. And one of the things in there was exactly what I did. They said violation, but they didn't say cause of action.
Well, the problem is, though, you come across certain senators, like, I'll name names, like, for example, Kelly Ayotte, where I used to live in New Hampshire. She's basically bought and sold by Goldman Sachs and all those guys. So that, then you have that issue, too, and, what do you do with that? And so, we're in hell. We're in hell.
Well, the regulatory agencies don't regulate.
Right.
What was it, the OCC? I mean, the banks pay their salaries.
Matt Taibbi is here, and he's going to educate more of the common people here about America's mortgage crisis.
I was gambling in Havana.
Listen,
Yeah.
You need to turn that off.
Will you talk to me off record?
What's that?
Will you talk to me off record?
I'll talk to you off record.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Why not on record?
You need to turn that off.
But why? I'm just asking you, why not on record? I mean, you got to go into open court and discuss it on record.
I don't know who you are.
I told you, KingCast.net. I started Alpha Title Company here a number of years ago. I've done a couple hundred real estate closings, and I'm just curious as to a couple of questions.
Well, then I'll be happy to answer a couple of questions once you turn that off.
Very well, counsel. But when we spoke off record, this lawyer for Merrimack Mortgage couldn't tell me anything. Who's got the note? Where's the missing assignment? Nothing. So the case just ricocheted around like a pinball. Where's the note? Where's the mortgage? Who's got the right to foreclose?
Send lawyers, guns, and money. Dad, get me out of this.